also want to take in consideration what with summer barely coming here, people might want to take full advantage of any
Oh,
of the.
no kidding, hey?
Yeah.
I'm
But,
just
well, hello, Cheyenne. How are you? Hello, Aaliyah.
there we go.
Welcome to the show tonight. Hi, Christy. I am using the Angel Tarot deck tonight. We're going to see how it works. Ashley's in the background and she will be keeping track of our guppies. Hello, Jeannie and Brandon. I hope you're doing well. Cheyenne, I'm doing fine. Hi, Lily. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you.
So what deck are you using?
Soul Cats.
Okay. So we are going to get started. And
what deck are you using?
I'm using Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Raleigh Valentine.
Nice.
So we're starting with Cheyenne, Aliha, Jeannie and Brandon, and Lily. And I hate it when my screen does that. Orville, Shar, and Melissa. So in that order, hello, Cheyenne. You have the Five of Earth. And I'm cheating with this deck because they actually have sayings on them. This says, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So to me, I don't know if you can see it very well.
It's pretty.
There's a lot of energy in this card, Cheyenne. And even though it says all of the above that I mentioned, I think that this is an opening and knowing that you can support yourself if you need to. And it's just taking the courage to take the step outside of the safety of those four walls and allowing yourself to expand and grow. And I am going to suggest that maybe you find a marketplace where you can sell your art. If you're already selling it, great. If not, then expand. Okay, because it's another way for you to bring money in. All right, Aaliyah is next.
Aaliyah. This is cool. This is the first time I pulled this card with this deck. This is the Tower. Look at that cat.
That's Moonlight.
That cat is just like, I don't care that things are falling down. They're in my way. Anything that is of not any value to you, anything that is not going to help you along your path, be like the cat. Just get rid of it. Knock it over. And it's the, don't overwhelm yourself with thoughts of, what would happen if someone finds out that I didn't have it or didn't keep it, or, if it doesn't benefit you and you don't want to just knock it over into the trash like the cat is doing, then whatever it is that's encumbering your life, find a way to let it go.
All right.
There's a
Hi,
message to be
Christy, honey. It's nice seeing you on here again. You have the Lovers, and this card represents Archangel Raphael. And this is about relationships and about weighing decisions and making good choices. It's about keeping focused. And also you can talk to Archangel Raphael and have him help you make your decisions. But the green tells me it's also about healing. It's about healing old wounds, renewing yourself, making your energy better. So I'm going to say it's really important to work on yourself. And I really like the fact that what you couldn't see on the card is there's this circle above his head as though the vortex around him is opening and allowing the messages to flow through you. So be open to the messages coming towards you, honey. So you have Jeannie and Brandon.
Okay, Jeannie and Brandon, this card is actually for the both of you. There you guys are sitting on the dock of the bay, or in this case, I think it's a seawall, looking at the future that you are going to set. The thing about setting a future is you can build any world you want. Nothing is possible, is actually nothing, I believe, is impossible. absolutely nothing. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. If you can set goals for it. But the thing about this is, remember, there isn't just one of you setting those goals or building that world. There are two of you. And the two of you have to build a world that both of you can live in. It doesn't mean it has to be identical. It means both of you have to be able to face that future and go, yeah, I got this. We can do this. So take some time, take some pause, because there are a lot of new opportunities coming towards you. But you have to make a choice as to what is best for both of you, but what is the outcome for the us factor?
Okay, she also asked a question which I missed.
Okay.
Baby keeps looking up and smiling. Is family his guardian angel, and who is it?
Do you know something? There is somebody watching. Babies are just wonderful creatures. It might not even be a person. Ironically enough, if you had a pet dog, one of you had a pet animal that you were quite attached to, animals can come back and accompany your children, dog spirits, cat spirits. This doesn't feel to me like it is a person, as it is the essence and the energy of one of your favorite animals, whether that was a bird or a guinea pig. And because this animal is no longer burdened by the physical limitations of its body or the pain that it felt, it is playful with your child. So if you're a little bit worried about, because your child is intuitive, can see these things, all children do, but just put a little bit of protective sage. And that sage, I'm serious, like, don't go out and buy sage. If you don't have sage that you can readily find out in the field somewhere, literally open your cupboard. There's a bottle if you do any kind of cooking that's marked sage. And you can just take a little tiny pinch of that and put it in the four corners of your baby's room. This spirit means no harm.
Okay. Hi, Lily, honey. Lily, you have the King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, and practical. This is a time for you to sit back. Look at those beautiful wings, okay? And the rainbow over the head. To me, this is a time to sit back, relax, to take some energy for yourself. But on top of it, if you feel lucky, then play the lottery. Now, I got goosebumps. So you must be getting a little money from something, but I don't think it's a huge amount of money. But I also see little angels floating around you as well. And the rainbow tells me that there are messages coming to you. There's a blue it looks like a monarch, but it's a blue butterfly. I don't know where that significant comes, if someone's got a tattoo that represents it, but there is a blue butterfly. And whoever is connected to the butterfly, that's where the message is coming from. Okay, so sorry, bear with me. My little mouse decided to go for a run down the road here. So Orville's next. Hi, Orville. And then Shar.
Orville, I hope you're doing well and that you're back home safe from all your travels. Orville, for you, the Two of Wands. You see how this cat is industriously writing out the plans and everything? You know, that's much like the plans and mapping the life of the card before. The thing is, it's wonderful to map out everything and say, this is step A, this is step B. Don't forget to allow a little bit of magic, a little bit of miraculous intervention that will add to the adventure. You know, sometimes we're so set on that path we're going to follow that we're looking to the ground and we forget to look up and notice that there is actually a miracle and like unfolding in front of us. And this card says to me that you are supposed to be aware of things. And you know, miracles, in my opinion, are not the bolt of lightning and the voice of God. Miracles are like, say you need some life-saving surgery and someone is born 20 years ago who has learned and studied and just happens to be there at that moment. That is a miraculous act. And we miss those because our nose is too close to the ground where we're going.
Okay. Sharp, she says she's got a question. Is it time for me to find another place of employment? It's funny because I pulled the moon and it's Archangel, I want to say it's Haniel, Haniel. And what it made me feel is release your fear. Let that rope drop away from you. So if you, and there's a bear to your right, if you, and a frog, a bear and a frog. Oh, and a wolf. Wow, I love this card. Anyways, if you're afraid to move forward and take a chance, then stay where you are. Okay. But this says, listen to your psychic intuition. It says that sometimes things happen behind the scene that you can't see, and release the fears that hold you in place, Shar. So the possibility of you taking another job, absolutely. But when I say release the fears, I'm covered in goosebumps, which means something's holding you in place. And maybe it's familiarity, or maybe it's the fact that, if you change, there's all this new stuff that you have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so trust your instincts. So Melissa's next. She said, hey, ladies, should I stay where I am or take a move?
Okay, this is too cool. I literally just pulled the page of cups in this deck. Okay, so what this is trust your feelings. If it doesn't feel good in your stomach, your intuition, don't force yourself down a path that you honestly don't feel good about. Don't change your location if that's not what you want to do. The page of cups, like that cat is literally debating, do I want this ball with this future? Do I want this? Is this? And if not, you notice like it hasn't broken it yet. It's still thinking of this bubble. It's still saying, okay, I'm going to listen to what my inner spirit says. And trust me, if everything in you is screaming not to do it, I assure you with great certainty, it is not the smartest act to go, oh, yeah, I got this.
Well, I think it's interesting that both the people asked similar questions, different wording, and they basically got the same answer. So I think the answer is for both of you. Hi, Sandra. And then after Sandra is Renee. And hi, Renee. So Sandra, you have, the Five of Airs. First of all, someone around you has a little pain in their chest. And I don't know if that's acid reflux, heartburn, or whether you pulled a muscle. But Five of Airs says universal choice. Learn from every situation that you face. And look at those beautiful unicorns. I love unicorns. Not as much as the girl who I used to work with, Victoria. She really loved unicorns. But they're saying to, once again, trust your instincts. So tonight sounds like it's going to be about that intuitive voice inside of us that some of us listen to and other of us do not pay attention. Okay. And so it seems to be important. And most important to me is the embracing of that. So someone's playing with the lights because some of my lights just went off too.
Yeah, my lights are flickering, but that's an electrical problem here. So
no, mine's not an electrical problem.
Hence the other reason I'm moving, right?
Yeah.
It's like my lights go off, on, dark, light.
So next is Renee. And if you guys see my shorts, please excuse them.
Okay, Renee. Renee, you got the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess actually talks about rituals. This one talks about rituals, making sure that this is neat, that everything you do honors who you are. We spend so much time, we honor our ancestors, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the little people, the creator. And I'm not making small of that because that is an important part. For me, that's an important part of my very daily existence. But I also remember to do things that honor and respect me. And this is a time for you to start doing this, to start really paying attention, sort of like this card talks a lot about being aware of the rituals you do. So a ritual, is getting up and making a cup of coffee every morning before you even brush your teeth. Or, or in my case, I get up, I brush my teeth, I instantly get dressed, and then I make my tea, or then I take my dog for a walk. These are rituals that we do from the moment we open our eyes till we close them at night. And this card says, remember to pay attention to those rituals and abide or keep the ones that are actually honoring you. And honey, that includes the man who disrespects you or the woman who disrespects you. This is a ritual that you are practicing every day if you allow it. It does not respect you. Those are the things it's talking about paying attention to. Might not be what you wanted, but I think it's what you needed to hear.
So Cheyenne, you're welcome, honey. And Cheyenne, just on another note, have you ever considered drawing pictures for tattoo artists? Okay, just putting it out there since they popped it into my head. Rebecca, hello. You're well. That's good to hear. So next is Rebecca, and our cousin Faye, and then Cindy, and then Elaine, and Aaliyah says thank you. So Rebecca, I have for you the Seven of Earth. Now the Seven of Earth represents money, but I love this because look at this. Like the tree has come alive and it's spreading roots and it's moving, and it's about stretching out, going a little beyond your boundaries, but also being careful of overextending the boundaries so much that you don't get something done. And they're also saying there's a little needless worry around you. So I'm going to say, Rebecca, whatever you're worrying about, put it to the side. Maybe you need to look at it on a different day or in a different time factor. Like I like to wake up at 3 a.m. and worry about things. So instead, now I wake up and I go, okay, that's it. Not doing it, back to sleep. And so then maybe about 10 o'clock, I allow myself to pick one topic to worry about for 5 minutes. So it's like that. Time yourself. Don't extend the boundary. And if you can't find the answer in 5 minutes, put it to the side and try it again later. But always give yourself a time limit, because otherwise you will spend hours chewing on the decision you're making. So step back a little bit, Rebecca. Okay, our cousin Faye is next. Hello, Faye.
Faye, there seems to be a lot of things that you're going to have to sort through in the next little while. And the card I pulled for you is actually the Three of Pentacles. And yes, I know, and I'm sure D'Arcy knows how competent and strong-willed a woman you are, because we come from similar stock, all of us. But that being said, if you look, the cat is hanging up the Three of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles do talk about coins, but they also talk about teamwork. It takes more than one person to sort through things. It takes more than one person. And this card is saying, although you are really good at taking on all that burden, because that mentality, God knows I have it. I just go, for God's sakes, I can't deal with people trying to help me. I'm just going to do it myself. But sometimes we have to take that step back. And yes, we can do it by ourselves, but teamwork and someone there to help you will actually make it go smoother, faster, easier.
Gee, I wonder you should listen to those words.
Who?
You. Anyways.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Angel wings and halo.
Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Cindy, what do you have here? Release. Archangel Azrael, Azrael, Aurelia. Anyways, look them up. And this is the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. Look how gorgeous he is, all that white light. And it looks like wings, but it also to me looks like horns of a bull. And so maybe you're charging forward on something. Maybe there's something you want to do and you're going to trust yourself to do it. But the other thing I like about this, it's the release. And you've got all these other angels around you and a horse, beautiful white horse. And I don't know where the mushroom energy comes from, but I'm thinking of is it the Reiki mushroom, the Chinese herbal remedy? So maybe you should have a look at that and see how it would benefit you. But they're also saying that there's money being scattered around you. So I don't know if you're spending too much money or whether or not someone's actually giving you some money. Okay. So, but remember, release is letting go of anything that's holding you in place. Okay. Elaine is next. Aaliyah says thank you. Jeannie said, no, we didn't miss you, Jeannie. You're going to have to go back. She says thank you. Christy says thank you. Yes, honey, it's good to see you. And then Kate, you're after Elaine.
Which Elaine?
Elaine Martin.
Okay. Hi, Elaine. Hope you're enjoying. By the way, congrats on the news of the coming granddaughter. Elaine, for you, the Knight of Pentacles. Now, Knights talk about being ready for a new adventure. This particular night is saying, honey, stay close to home. I know it's nice to go travel, but these are times when traveling isn't one. It's really not affordable with the outrageous price of gas here in Canada. I mean, my God, $100 so that I could get 3/4 of a tank of gas in my car just about gave me a heart attack today. But this card talks about don't forget the adventures and the mysteries that you can find in the place that you live. And I know where you live is full of all kinds of mystic wonder. It's one of my favorite places in Canada. So this is a time for the next little while. Stay close to home. Explore your surroundings. Some of the most interesting things can happen to you not that far from home.
Yep.
In my case, on an hourly basis some days.
Hi, Kate. Welcome to the show. And yes, we do pull a card for everyone. Anyways, you have the Four Waters. And the Four Waters is don't miss the opportunity put in front of you. And this is a mermaid. She's underwater. And the Four Cups normally means you're looking in one cup and you're despondent and all these offers are being made to you. So it's look up and see what's in front of you. And there's so many different possibilities being presented. So there could be a new home, there could be a new job, there could be a new development in a relationship. So they're saying to look up and see what's in front of you because there's a few, not a lot, but a few opportunities being presented. So
enough opportunities.
Okay. So now I have to go back and Annalisa, hello, how are you? That's who you have.
Annalisa. Okay. Annalisa, dust off that doubt that you have on your shoulders that nothing amazing is going to happen to you. This temperance talks about two things. Temperance is, the very word temperance means patience. Patience. Because you didn't have it happen yesterday, and whatever this thing is that you are desperately searching for didn't happen today, doesn't mean that it's not going to come towards you. You have to be willing to take the steps forward slowly and prepare for that thing. So whatever that thing is, we'll say it's, you decide that you want to pay off your car and you're busy waiting to win the lottery. And you're impatient because you're not winning the lottery. But patience says, we'll start by saying, okay, I'm not going to miss a car payment, but every paycheck I'm going to put $50 in a bank account. And then I'm going to phone the company that owns the lien on my car and say, I have at the end of 6 paychecks, $300. Patience, patience, patience. Things are coming your way, but things tend to come in your way just like they do for all of us, in their time and their speed. Racing towards it won't make you find it any sooner. And that includes the great love that you are looking for, my dear. Patience. And by the way, you can kiss as many frogs as you want, I'm being told, but you are not supposed to keep them all. Catch and release.
Okay. Shay Shay is next. I'm going to let you grab Shay Shay because I want to talk to Mr. Khan.
You always want to talk to Mr. Khan. That's 3 weeks in a row you've done that. I never get to talk to Mr. Khan anymore.
That's okay.
Well, I'm just going to take a minute and say, hi, Mr. Khan, even though I'm not allowed to talk to you, obviously. Okay. Sorry. Well, not really, but yeah. Can you see this? There it is. The moon. Now, the moon always talks about how things are a little confusing and they're not always what they seem. But you know, the moon also talks about taking that step back and taking a moment to breathe. The moon is a little bit about confusion. Of course it is. I mean, they've already done all those studies, especially on men and women alike. You know, gravity, pulling, water, body masses of our body made of this substance. So we are confused, and the future doesn't always look as clear. But just remember that just like the moon goes through its phases, so does the clarity of our lives. And this is telling you that it is okay if you feel like you're wading through a lot of confusion. Confusion will pass, and just find a quiet place, do a little bit of meditation, and then I'll be honest with you, sunshine, it is more than fine to ride out the confusion instead of trying to wade through it and damn near drown.
Yeah, it is true, Shay Shay. And just so you know, there is another opportunity, new start or beginning around you as well, honey. And I'm thinking it could be romance. Okay, Mr. Khan
It's so strong, but catch and release.
and Mestora. I have two cards for you. The Emperor with Archangel Michael, and the Hermit with Archangel Raziel, Raziel. And basically, both cards are talking about organization, logic, structure, discipline, leadership. Spend time in quiet meditation and spiritual teachings. Okay, and this allows the energy to come towards you. You can use both these archangels to work for you. And it's basically take your time because there are some amazing worlds opening up around you, or vortexes opening up around you that are bringing you information. And Mr. Khan, you need to stand still for a few minutes and allow the energy to catch up to you. I feel like you're 3 steps ahead of the energy trying to match your pace. So stand still. And if you could do it outside, would be wonderful for you to do, and just allow the energy to flow into you. Now, they are also talking about a sale. Now, a sale. They're not saying 2 sales, they're saying a sale. So I think there is something that is selling around you. Now, they're giving me 6, so I'm going to go within 6 weeks. I do not think they mean 6 months unless we are right at the end of June and you get an offer tomorrow. Okay. So just keep going. You guys are doing fine. Okay. So Lily said thank you. And Elisa, you did get a card. Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Orville said, thank you, Pen. Makes perfect sense to the area that I am in at the moment. And I'm doing a bit more training in Calgary before heading back to work.
Nice. You're going to do fine with it.
And then Jerry asked, how's our health looking going forward? So we're going to start with Jessica. Hello,
Hi, Jessica. Jessica, the lovers came up. And although the lovers do talk about the affairs of the heart, lovers also talk about they also talk about the love between friends and love between family, seeking the company of that one person who gets you. Now, I have a friend that I may hear from him maybe once a year for my birthday. He always texts me for my birthday, usually sends me a box of my favorite tea. And we may not see or speak to each other for years. but I absolutely adore this friend. I don't love him the way people think of, but this card made me think of that kind of friendship. You know, the person that gets you, the person that understands your sensibility, who without asking you go to visit them and they take you to St. Martin's, to a restaurant literally on the beach, because they don't ask, because they know you that well. And this is a time for you to look for those bonds, those friendships. Always, we worry too much about that companion that we wake up next to, but that comes in its own time. I can't predict that very well. I don't believe, maybe D'Arcy can, but I sure in the hell can't. I cannot say to you that Tall, Dark, and Handsome is walking through the door in 6 months, but I can say this is a time for you to look for those people in your life that connect with you, that get you. And this opens the door to other things. So find those friends that connect to you, that get you, that buy you dinner at the restaurant in your favorite kind of setting, that never have to ask if this is where you want to go. They just pick you up and take you. That's what you need to start looking for in your life. The love and the new companionship, all of that will come along at other times. Patience, 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 patience.
Hey, Jessica, I bet you wake up to the same furry kind of feel I do in the morning. Mine's a cat, yours is a dog. So at least we do have a companion. So, okay, Jerry, your question. How's our health looking going forward? Wow. If you believe in the illusion of being trapped in a difficult health situation, then you will be. So let go of the illusion. If you think you're sick, if you think you need a doctor or a medical opinion, then go to a doctor or medical opinion. To me, the energy of the white unicorn, it's surging forward, it's moving past the difficulties, it's not afraid to take action and feel better themselves. And I like the little pinkle around it because it also makes me think of heart energy. So if you do have a heart problem, please go get it checked.
Definitely.
Tammy.
Get your heart checked. Huh?
Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
Which Tammy?
Latimer.
Okay. Hi, Tammy. Tammy. For you, the Hermit. I love this deck. It is such a fun deck. I bought it at a witchery fair. It literally just called to me. So this card, the Hermit, this says, don't announce it to anyone. Take a break. Take a step out of everything. Walk away from your social media. Take 24 hours away from your phone. Don't announce to the world. Social media has its good and bad points. I tend to take longer breaks than some people I know, but I don't tell people I'm taking a break. I just go, I'm taking a break. I leave my phone at home for the day, and all of this stuff. I don't warn anyone, because then I'm preparing people, and then I'm always wondering, and I'm sure everyone else does, who phoned me, who did I miss? Just take a break. Take that moment to go for a walk in the park with no technology. Take your cat, take your dog. Seriously, we have a guy here who's trained his cat to go walking down the block, 3 blocks. It's really cool. But just reconnect with you is what the Hermit is saying. You have been so busy connecting with others. You're forgetting to connect with the most important person you need to connect to. And that's you. It's all about self-care, darling.
Shara says, thank you, Mr. Khan. Yes, I figured your daughter and son were with you. Lisa, hi. So we finally got down to you. So yes, we'll pull you a card. Lisa, you get the 4 of air, which is swords, technically. It's time for a rest or a vacation. It's time to stop, listen, meditate, take in the now. Don't look to the future. Don't look to the past. Take in the now. So it is also about when you're making a decision, it is important to be in the now. And that goes for all of us. We can't be making a decision and looking at the decision and busy thinking about walking the dog. We should be walking the dog and concentrating on the decision, not the other way around. So Be in the now, Lisa. So Gloria would like a card for herself and her boyfriend Grant. And then I'm going to say hello to Kathy, to Margaret, to Alana. And Renee said thank you.
Okay, so I pulled the world.
Those people.
Pardon me?
Nothing, keep going.
I pulled the world. And the world. So I'm going to do both these cards for both of you because the message is joint. And I don't want either one of you to take this the wrong way. But part of the message of the world says you are coming to the end of one journey. And literally, the world is the last deck and the last card in what we call the major arcana. It is the story of the whole thing, is the story of those major cards, is the story of the first person who is considered the fool, doesn't know where they're going, doesn't know much in life. And when they get to all the way to the end of the story, that's the world. And that means that you started out maybe with the fool, but you're now at the end of the journey, and you guys have completed one section of your journey. And part of that journey was not being together, and now you are together, and now you have to figure out how you're going to start the next journey. And remember that you're starting together, so you're going to have to figure out as you travel how to be able to end up together. It just doesn't work by magic. I'd love to say that there is a spell, there is a prayer, there is a offering we can give the gods or the guardians, but the beginning of that story starts with the two of you, and the two of you have to figure out through give and take, stop and start, push and pull, how that journey is going to end. Okay. The second card, is it Gramps?
Grant.
Grant, this one makes me think more about you. This is the Ace of Pentacles. And the message here, besides being a noble cat, that I probably owned one of these at some point in my life, or let me rephrase that, it probably owned me. This is a new beginning. New beginnings mean, and the same for both of you, you cannot carry the past with you. Grant is not whoever the other person was, so there can't be any of that moving forward. Well, you're just like my ex-wife, or you're just like my ex-husband. Because when we do that, we actually open the door for those spirits, that part of the spirit that was negative. A little part of that person's negative spirit can attach itself to us. And then we cast it to the next person. And one day we wake up and go, oh my God, they're just like my ex-husband. They're just like my ex-wife. Well, part of that is because that's all we ever say to people. So these cards are saying, beginning of a new journey, the beginning of a new life. You finished the last one. Bury it.
And if you can't bury it, then you get a hatchet and you put a string between the picture of the other person and yourself on a chopping board, and yeah, chop.
I was actually thinking of cutting it up in pieces and throwing it to the fish.
Well, that will do it, but you really want to get rid of it. So, on that note, hi, Kathy. Kathy, you have the 3 of Fire. This is abundance. Things look good. Have patience this time. There's a long journey ahead of you and a lot of road to cover. So drive carefully, drive slowly, whether that is metaphorically or whether that's physically in a car. Both of them count. But this, look, it's like growth and those beautiful red wings and getting ready to fly. And it's just make long-term plans now. I'm not big into long-term plans. If I wake up in the morning, I'm thrilled. So, Kathy, really positive energy. You've done well in your growth.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So Margaret's next. She says, hi, sisters. Can you pull a card for me? Thank you.
Hey, Margaret. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are equally taking care of your health. I'm on a big health heart kick just because once a year I go see this. I walk into this institute. It says Mazankowski Heart Institute. And for that brief 2 hours that I'm there, I actually pretend I'm a cardiac patient. And I spent a wonderful 45 minutes with a cardiologist who gave me the pep talk about women, heart disease, how we ignore it, how we ignore the fact that we can't lay down on our backs and breathe properly. Just for you well-endowed women, that is not because of the well endowment. That is because you're having a problem. So I'm being told to tell you, make sure you keep aware of your health. The other thing is, your card is the Empress. And I really love this card. Don't you love this? She's like, I am God. Look at look at this. I am so amazing. Rabbits, birds, the whole 9 yards. They don't even fear. They know that I'm so great. It's beneath me to kill them. I wish I could say the same. But what this says is, when you receive something, a blessing, a gift, make sure that you are appreciative of it and be aware to give thanks. And thanks can be just as simple as a small offering. People always tease me because, like, for my brother's birthday, both of my brother's birthdays, our brother's birthdays, I go out and I make a little meal and I put it by the trees. And I get lectures all the time from the down the earth people, the people who remind me there's a real world beyond my doors. And I'm sure D'Arcy will get the same, is that, really, it's not the grandfather spirits or the little people that eat that stuff. It's the birds, it's the cats, it's the coyote down the road. But we don't really know how those spirits manifest themselves. And to me, it's worth that little bit of gratitude for the gift received. And honey, that's what I'm being told to tell you. Watch your health, pay attention to your heart health, and gratitude for the gifts you receive.
Okay.
No matter how small.
Now I'm going to add to that because for our parents and grandma and brothers, I actually go out and get a cupcake, put a candle in it, blow it out, and I tell them, I hope you enjoy it, and I eat it. So I'm sorry, I'm not wasting good food. When I do my offerings to the gods, then I put stuff out. But when it comes to my family, they know how much I love chocolate cakes, so I always get chocolate muffins, and that's what they get for their birthdays and celebrations.
So I'm not quite the worshiper of food, and having a wonderful reason to pass it to the gods and the spirits works for me. And I hate chocolate cake.
Love it. Next goal is to make
what is going on with my life?
Gluten-free cake. So hello, Alana. Alana, you have the Queen of Air, independent, experienced, and realistic and witty. Okay, it says to be objective when you're making decisions. Don't romance the past. Look at it realistically, and look at that beautiful crystal ball. Hey, now that I held it up, I can see the unicorn in it. And so these cards are all about mystic creatures and everything, as you can tell, but they're powerful cards in the fact that they're really rooting you to your essence. And by listening to your essence, by listening to the voices who surround you, then you're able to make those more informed decisions that you're after. And I feel like with this deck, it's all about the love you give yourself and how you take that love and manifest it into the answers that you're looking for.
Good.
So Lucky Empress, I love that, is next. Hello. And then we have Rebecca said thank you. Faye said thank you. Penelope, see you soon. Cindy said thank you. Elaine Martin, thanks. We're really excited. Okay, so Lucky Empress.
Lucky Empress, for you, I drew, all joking aside, the Emperor. And the Empress, see how tired and grouchy and upset that cat looks? So, it says, a grumpy cat without sleep is a grumpy cat without sleep. You're not pleasant. Get some proper rest. As a woman who spent decades of her life very seldom sleeping, in the last 4 years, 5 years, I have developed a sleep routine where I'm telling you, I don't get that 6 to 7.5 hours of sleep. God help the world. There isn't enough coffee to make me human. And that card is saying you need to take care of yourself. You need to get that sleep and you need to get that rest. And who's ever wondering when I say there isn't enough coffee, I literally answered a phone 2 weeks ago and some smart ass person who thought they had a witty sense of humor said something. And I went, listen. It was something like, oh, hello, sexy voice. And I went, listen, buddy, I don't know who the hell you are, but there isn't enough coffee this morning to make me nice. What do you want? So, I mean, this is what this is. This message is for you. You need to take care of yourself. You need to get proper nutrition, proper sleep. And whoever tells you that, be like D'Arcy. All joking aside, there's nothing wrong with loving food. We shame ourselves too much. You want that cupcake. You want that pancake. You want that whipped cream on the hot chocolate. Quit counting your damn calories. Quit listening to what other people think. And quit caring how the world sees you. The only person you need to worry about, honey, is the one that gets enough sleep, eats properly, and takes care of themselves.
Okay. So, Christina, she wants to know if she's going to have a grandchild soon. And you have the Magician, Archangel Raziel. You're ready for it, that's for sure. And unless you know for sure someone's pregnant, it could be a little bit before that grandchild comes. But soon for me isn't as soon as you want it. Unless they're pregnant right now and expect it at the end of July, I would say there's still a time frame. But yes, you are ready for grandchildren. So open your arms and be ready because, boy, are you going to be busy. Okay, you have Brenda next.
Hi, Brenda. Brenda, the Six of Swords. When I look at this, the first thing I think of is adventure. Here we go. Make it a little clearer as my lights play more games with me. Adventure. See the cat on the top of the boat getting ready to start and face new adventures. New adventures. And, I don't know why I want to say this, but this card says, honey, it's like you get a little bit nervous and a little bit hesitant. So 2 messages for you. The first one is fear immobilizes us. Fear doesn't inspire us. It doesn't make us go out and be better people. Don't let fear immobilize you. Seriously, just take that first step through that cloud of doubt. It's going to be an amazing adventure. And second, I'm told to tell you by someone, this is a man, he's tall, he's older, he plays a drum or some kind of musical instrument I can hear in the back of my head. Your past does not define you. Let it go. And good luck on the beginning of a new journey.
All right. So next is Rochelle. And then after that, and Rochelle, I will pull your daughter a card at the same time. Then there's Elaine Pruden. And Mr. Khan says, hi, Penelope. Laugh out loud.
He said hi to me. There, I got to speak to him.
Oh, and we did miss Haley. You're right, honey. We did miss you. Okay, so Rochelle, the High Priestess, listen to your intuition. See the journal? Plan carefully. Write your messages out and keep track of them. And be prepared to spread your wings and expand the knowledge around you to lead you in a different direction. Ooh, to your daughter. It's called the Eagle card, and it's Archangel Jophiah. And it's saying, be careful of coveting material items. This is more about her growing her knowledge, her strength, her ability to believe in herself, the expansion of her of the world around her, and not limiting herself to one area of thought, but to expand it. And that there's a few little mystical things happening around her. And so I'm thinking of magic here. She may be getting messages, and I'm going to tell her to have a little journal to write her messages down in.
Good idea.
Okay. All right. So who is next?
Haley.
Elaine.
Who did
No,
we miss?
Elaine Pruden.
Okay. And who is the person we missed?
I'll get Haley.
Okay, Haley. Right. Okay, Elaine. Knight of Cups is talking about, Knights always talk about like a new journey, a new beginning, getting ready to go out there, and there go my lights again. It's Rod. Maybe I'm absorbing all the energy. Who the hell knows? But something is playing games. So, but what this is saying is sometimes it's what?
Person upstairs vacuuming.
No, there's no one above me. 2 floors now.
Oh, okay.
So there's actually 7 empty suites in this section of the building because of electrical problems and ghosts. What can we say? So anyways, Elaine, back to you. Nice talk about new journeys, new beginnings. The Knight of Cups says, you know what? You don't always have to leap into it. You can take your time and feel your way into it. Think like a cat. Like I have all these boxes piled up, and D'Arcy will tell you they're literally piled around me. But I have one cat that's a little bit trepidatious, and he takes his time tippy-toeing to feel his way through the maze of boxes. This card is saying, honey, don't don't jump, don't leap. Feel your way through the new journey. So if you're feeling a little nervous and a little hesitant, don't stop. Just go a little slower.
Okay, and Haley, honey, sorry about missing you. And I even looked at your name and I missed it. You have the 2 of Earth, and it says too much going on at once, the need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. And it did make me think, have a little fun. And there's a little, again, like Penelope said, music playing around you. But what I like is the idea that there's a cocoon around you, that you're beginning to grow, expand. And I don't mean widthways, I mean spiritually. And the 2 of Earth also represents balance around money. So there may be a little balancing around money for you. And it could be that you're also making a choice. So try to make your choices carefully, one at a time, not to try to bite off more than you can chew. Okay. So next is Jessica May. And so totally different Jessica. I'll leave that to you.
I have a white spot that shows up on the camera but doesn't show up on my physical wall.
Yes, it does.
Does it?
I can see it.
So I chose for you the 10 of Cups. There we go. Wait a sec. We'll get a little closer. Check out the cat rolling on his dirt back in the long grass, happy as a lark, enjoying life. It is all right to feel good. It's all right to wake up with a smile and be the only person that gets to joke in the room. It's perfectly fine. So enjoy life. Wake up and take that spring. And if you feel great, let the world know that you feel great. Whether that's by, wearing a bright top, wearing a new eyeshadow, putting on some outrageous mascara. Let the world know you're feeling good. We don't get enough of that, and it's all right. If no one else is around you feeling good, you can still feel good about life.
Yeah.
And this card is saying, feel good about life, honey.
Okay, and before I forget, Christina, I did not mean to ignore that. Hope your brother Sean is well. As far as I know, he is. Last I heard, he was sitting at home with his feet up. So that's always a good sign because he doesn't always do that. Mr. Khan, you're welcome. And next is Carol. Brenda would like a card for Tina. Then after that is Heather. Lisa says thank you. And then there's Erica. Gloria says thank you. Kathy says thank you. Margaret says thank you. So now we're going to Carol. Hi, Carol. I'm doing fine. I'm certain Penelope's doing fine. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Carol, you have the Ace of Fires. This is a new opportunity around you, movement around you, and look at the rainbow surrounding you. So maybe a little bit of money that you're looking at too. But it's about surrounding yourself with the energy that flows with your energy, not suffocates it, but actually makes it expand and grow, and like little stars all around you. And it's also about taking care of your back and your stomach as well. So, Carol, if you need to go see a doctor, go see a doctor. Don't put it off. You know what happened the last time you put it off. Okay. So, next is Tina.
Hi, Tina. And who is the last person, Carol?
Yes.
Thanks for asking. Doing amazing. Got a clean bill of health yesterday. And now this is again Tina?
Tina.
Tina. Tina, first things first, if you can smudge or do a little purification of your home, now's the time to do it. Nine of Cups always says take a little bit of time to appreciate all the gifts and all the joys that you've received. All of them. And smudge your home, give thanks, and be proud of your accomplishments.
Yeah. So, Heather. Hi, Heather. You have the Chariot, Archangel Metatron, and it's an important achievement and strong willpower, determination, movement, change, shift, charging forward. Don't let anything or anyone stand in your way of you achieving what you are dreaming. Okay? So just keep moving. And there's lots of positive energy, and you might be going on a little trip here shortly, too. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Erica's next. Hi, Erica.
Okay, Erica. Erica, can you do me a favor and just make sure your shoes fit properly? It feels like you're having a little bit of pain in your feet. And one of the cards I picked for you, actually the card I picked up for you, is the Eight of Cups. You know, the Eight of Cups, in this case, the Eight of Cups with this deck, but this cat is looking across this lake. And you notice like there's no boat here. They're not going on a journey. They're looking back from where they came because they're going to have to turn around to get anywhere and walk on the land behind them. And sometimes it's really hard for us to let go of the things that we had. And sometimes it's very painful to let go of the things we had. But we have to learn that it's all right to grieve and it's all right to accept loss and it's all right to let go of that. You know, whether this is mourning and I feel like it's a sense of mourning you're in, it's okay if you wake up one morning and realize that you're not sad that they're gone anymore. Whether that is an ex-husband, an ex-girlfriend, whether that is a family member or a friend that you lost, we feel such remorse because we wake up and discover life went on. And it's okay. This card says it's okay to let go. It's okay not to be feeling the burden of that sorrow and that loss behind you. So it's okay.
Okay. And Heather Ross says that, well, Margaret says she's looking after her health, have a great family doctor. Heather says she loves chocolate cake with vanilla ice cream. Bonus. And then there's Terry. Hi, Terry. Good vibes to you virtually. And you've got this too because you have the Seven of Wands. And this is hidden desires and hidden dreams. There is something that you are after and you're going to achieve it. Make sure you pat yourself on the back when you do it. And if it's something where you can share it, then share it. And the most important thing is love is in your future. If that's what you're looking for, it is coming towards you. Okay, Haley says thank you. Carol says thank you. Alana says thank you. Heather says thank you. And then Heather asked if we can pull a card for Liam because he is out to dinner with friends. So I hope he has a great dinner. So Penelope.
Oh, I thought you would take Liam.
No?
Okay, Liam. Heather, tell Liam this is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is saying he can take his time to make his final decisions. He doesn't have to rush into everything. What did I say?
It's nothing. It just made me think of the book I'm reading. That's okay. I'll explain at the end.
It's okay if he takes pause and doesn't rush like a bull in a china shop. He can take time, he can pause, he can make a decision based on rational thought process, flip of a coin. But all joking aside, my God, this has gotten dark.
Yep.
He can take his time to make his decision.
Okay.
You all know what it looks like. You don't have to see me.
And my message to him is don't pee in the pool. Okay. Anyways, everyone, thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure. And if you feel lucky on Friday, buy a lottery ticket. I have no idea, but I don't think anyone won the 70 million. I could be wrong, but you know, it's always worth a try. Okay. Thank you, Heather, for that laugh out loud.
Thank you, everyone. As always, it is a joy and a blessing to see each of you here when we come every week. And as always, I will equally leave you with my favorite blessing, Masalama. Go in peace. Many blessings.
And may love, joy, peace, happiness, and prosperity find you all in mysterious ways. Blessed be everyone. Have a fantastic night and happy Canada's Day.
Yes, happy Canada Day.